Okay guys, I have a confession to make. I haven't felt very good about myself lately. When I think back, it probably started around the day I looked in the mirror and was surprised to see for the first time that a deep wrinkle had formed a permanent home between my eyebrows. So, I did what everyone else around me was doing, and I went to the country where glow-ups come plentiful and cheap. And if this is the point of the video where you usually skip ahead just to find out what I got done, let me save you the trouble. I got Botox. So if you clicked just because you were feeling a little nosy, there's your answer. It's not very exciting, and that's actually kind of the point. Because after a busy week of back-to-back appointments and a lot of visits to Olive & Young, I left South Korea feeling more confident than I had in years. And it was all for a fraction of what it would have cost me back home. Yet a part of me felt like I had done something wrong. Like I suddenly had a dirty little secret I couldn't tell anyone about.
Korean cafes are on a completely other level. This is my first real Korean salt bread. This is the thing I was most excited to eat coming here.
Now, before I continue, let me give you a little concrete advice if you're planning to jump on the beauty tourism trend. Go slow. We had exactly 4 days to fit in everything I'd been waiting all year to do, and it was honestly a little more stressful than I expected.
Made it all of about 30 seconds. The first store got sucked into a black hole for 40 minutes.
The good news is that Koreans are great at making you feel pampered, even for the most basic treatments. The bad news, it's still a huge time suck, and at the risk of complaining too much about what is very much a first world problem, can be quite exhausting to sit through if you don't space them out with other activities in between.
I found Ali. I was looking for him. I turned around and saw this seating area, and I immediately knew to look for you here. Good morning. I'm on my way to get coffee right now. I actually didn't know that there was an Arabica coffee 2 blocks from us. Not sure how I missed that, but I did not get to go to the one in Kyoto. We're gonna try and make up for that today, and then I'm headed to a nail appointment. You'll notice I'm not wearing makeup right now. I actually have an appointment that I have to go to after that I'm like kind of nervous about. I'll tell you guys about that later.
I've always been pretty self-conscious about my hands. They aren't naturally feminine, I guess you could say, and getting my nails done has always been one of the best ways to boost my self-confidence. Unfortunately, the maintenance drives me absolutely nuts, and so I've stopped doing them for the most part. But despite the fact that I do see it as a bit of a chore, it's been a while since I treated myself to anything like this, and since Seoul is famous for its nail art, I decided to indulge just this once.
Pass of the day is done. Got our nails looking all nice. Here's the other side. Hopefully you can see. I know it's not good lighting right now, but now I gotta walk up this gigantic freaking hill. Ugh. I'm sweating profusely right now. I hope you can't see. Just keep our distance. So like I was saying, we have an appointment later today in a couple hours. We're gonna go grab some lunch first, but we're actually going to a GU clinic in Gangnam, and it's gonna be my first time getting Botox, which I never thought I would say. I have very complicated feelings around any sort of body modification or surgery, especially given that I put myself online. I think that makes things even more complicated. And for the longest time, I didn't want to do anything because I wanted to be a good influence for women. And as someone who's in her early 30s, I thought that showing a natural, untouched face online, untouched body, would make more of a positive impact. But I realized recently that I don't do a lot of like beauty or fashion content, and I don't even talk about this stuff. I think I'm making my life a lot harder when it doesn't need to be, because unless I actually talk about it like I am now, people aren't even gonna know. And okay, there's suddenly a lot of people walking on this very small street, so let's keep walking back to the hotel. Anyway, I want to be clear, I don't judge anyone who does this, and I know I'm probably making this maybe seem like a bigger deal than most people would. I don't know, maybe I take it too seriously. I should probably clarify, the main reason I am going to this place is to get masseter Botox. I think that's how you pronounce it. I've always had really bad like body tension in the last couple years. It's been more like in my jaw, and I have a night guard for it that's supposed to help, but I've chewed through it. And I'm also finding myself clenching a lot during the day, and it's causing a lot of pain. So if you don't know, Botox in the US, sorry, I'm going up the hill right now. Excuse my breathiness. Botox in the US is like quite expensive. So I did try to get it through my insurance. I went through like 6 months of hoops. They just denied it in the end. That's why I did want to come to Korea at the end of our trip so I could get it done for a more reasonable price. And the one purely aesthetic thing I decided I do want to experiment with is getting this area done. Because again, I hold a lot of tension in my body and especially in my face. And this is an area that's been like very active for the last few years. So I'm starting to see like the wrinkle form there. I don't know, it's crazy that should even be a thing that I worry about, right? But I'm gonna try and get it done, injected, whatever you wanna call. We'll see how that works. I'm not doing anything crazy like fillers or surgery. All that being said, I am a little bit nervous. I don't like needles. I don't like procedures. I don't like things around my face. I really don't ever see myself doing anything more that I'm gonna do today. But never say never. I remember when I was in 6th grade, I thought it was dumb that women wore makeup. And then of course, by the time I got to high school, suddenly I was one of those dumb women. So I don't know. I think aging affects us all more than we would like it to.
I've had all of 2 facials in my life, and neither of them resembled anything like I was about to walk into. We checked in at the reception counter, and after sitting in the waiting room for a bit, they led us to an intake room where they took our photos and diagnosed the best areas to target for improvement. It actually reminded me of being at a doctor's office, only instead of checking my blood pressure and weight, they were weighing the pros and cons of various injections and laser treatments.
Okay, they moved me to another room right now, and I'm waiting to do the pico laser and V laser and counting our bags.
I didn't have previous experience with either, but neither were as bad as I expected. They actually gave me a cooling face mask after and offered some topical skincare products to use.
This is funny.
Next was the moment I had really been waiting for. I have an unusually low pain tolerance when it comes to needles, so suffice to say, I was very, very nervous.
Okay, I'm waiting on the Botox now. It's actually been an hour since I did the lasers. They did apologize that the wait has been really long. Don't know what's going on. But this really cute puppy stuffed animal is on the chair. Now that I think about it, it's probably a bad sign whenever they have that, but I think it'll be okay.
And that was it. My first real cosmetic procedure, spelt with a big old capital C and capital P, all over in less than an hour.
Albie is on the hunt for kimbap, and I'm on the hunt for tteokbokki, and most importantly, sundae.
What struck me most was almost how painfully mundane the whole experience felt. Not once did anyone in the clinic, neither the staff nor the clients, act like this was a big deal. They were completely unbothered, like it was just another ordinary Tuesday.
It's like the largest tteokbokki I've ever seen. So, sundae with all like the chopped up fixins next to it. And tteokbokki is my favorite street food in Korea. It's actually really hard to get this in the States. At least for a decent price. But look at this. On our way to get some kimbap for breakfast, lunch. What time is it? It's lunch. Oh, it's like 1 p.m. Never mind. I woke up a little late, didn't sleep very well. Story of our trip. But there's this little stand that we've been walking by that does like takeaway giant kimbap rolls that we wanted to try. So we're headed there now.
Kamsahamnida.
Oh, that looks so good.
The next day, I headed to Myeongdong for a hair appointment at Juno Salon. I had heard people raving online about digital perms over the last few years, and I decided on our first day here that I was going to give it a try myself. The whole thing took about 3 hours, and while I loved the results, it occurred to me just how strange it was for me to change one of the most noticeable aspects of my appearance without much of a second thought.
Does your head feel relaxed?
Perms aren't exactly predictable, the way a simple haircut is. And while they do relax over time, they're more or less permanent until your hair fully grows out years later.
I look like an alien.
Why was I willing to commit to something this drastic on a whim? And yet smoothing out a wrinkle or two for a few months required a year of agonizing over whether to do it or not? Why did I feel so guilty about something that turned out to be so simple in the end? And more importantly, why did I feel such pressure to hide it? Why do so many other women feel that pressure too?
Okay, Albie and I have a bet. If he can throw his hat on without using his hands, I have to buy all his shirts for the day. If he loses, he buys all mine. Let's see it. I win.
I did it the first time.
No, you didn't.
I did. You're a sore loser.
Let me show you what he did the first time.
No, 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 no. Hell no. Hell no. We'll do it again.
Such a liar.
Last day in Korea, and we're gonna go get our personal color styling today.
The warm tone has yellow undertone and cool tone has blue undertone.
After a few days of running around Seoul, it became increasingly clear to me that the difference wasn't in just how much something costs, or how long it took, or even how invasive the procedure was.
Variable is 2 bucks. So a little stronger.
Which means the only variable left that made my skin treatment stand out from any of my other appointments this week was that it was the only change I made to myself that nobody would even know about unless I told them directly.
But compared to other people, you can pull it off. Brush colors are not too much.
There you go. He's like, I'm good, let's go.
Maybe it's less about what these procedures actually do and more about the agency we're given in deciding whether people should know. What we should be asking isn't so much why we hide it, but whether or not we should. For me, the answer is pretty clear. I have a platform, so I have to consider how my actions will impact the people who watch me. And if I want to be a good influence, that means being transparent about the type of cosmetic work I do or don't get done. But for you, that answer might be different. It really comes down to your own personal circumstances and, more importantly, your own individual values. So, what are your values? That's the real question. And it's one I can't answer for you. But if you're not sure, you can start by watching this video next.